Alright kids, we're back with part 2 of building the haunted house. So in part 1 we looked at the minifigures and we built all of the accessories that go inside of the haunted house. So now it is on to the haunted house. Make sure to check out the other video if you missed it, because we're going to start adding all those accessories and you'll probably wonder where they came from. And the only way to find that out is by looking at the video. Alright, so here we go. This would have, if we had the original bags, this would have been bag number 2. It was actually multiple bags, it was more than one bag. But it would have been all of the number 2 bags. I do have all these parts sorted by similar type, so the build is going to go pretty quick, I hope. Shouldn't have very many hiccups in it at all. You know, I say that now, I probably jinxed it. Probably have all kinds of issues, but let's hope not. Let's hope it goes real smooth. So we're building the underside, kind of the, I guess the crawl space underneath the haunted house. Alright, we need one of these. Three of these. 2 more cheese slopes. So having all these parts sorted is going to save a ton of time, so long as I remember where I put them all. Because there are over 2,000 parts used to build this set. Not 2,000 unique parts. There's some pieces that have 60 or 70 of the same piece. So there's a lot of similar pieces. But still, 2,000 is quite a bit. So you can see how fast it goes when you have all the pieces sorted. It would have taken me forever to find all those pieces if they're all just in a jumbled mess. So the lesson of today is sort your pieces. I don't know if that's really a lesson. The tip of the day. Sort your pieces for ease of construction. A lot of little pieces in this step. Stud. G-slope, 3 bricks. 1 furlong. Okay. So I'll start back here. Hinge plate. Where'd the hinge plates go? There it is. Alright, so you can see now how this is gonna open and close. In the first video I was saying how this is like the modulars, but not really, because we can't lift each level off. And this is how you have access to the inside. So this is the front of the house right here. Can't really make it out yet, but this is going to be the front porch area. And then the the floor on the inside of the house has been falling apart. So you'll be able to see through into the ground below. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. You'll definitely be able to tell here in a little bit, once we get a little bit more built on, how this is all gonna come together. Bunch of light bluish gray making up the bottom of this. Plates hold the hinges on, so those hinges aren't going anywhere. And we have our last big tile right there, or big plate. Alright, so these tiles and cheese slopes are more or less for decoration, or making it look disheveled on the inside. Actually, that one's supposed to be more like that if you follow the instructions exactly. This is our side entry over here on this side. So this is where the kitchen entry is going to be. So you can see we've already got the steps built up there. Now we're starting to get the second layer on. It's basically just you're going to stack bricks slowly, layer by layer, kind of creating this house. So we've gone all the way around once, got our first layer on. Now I'm starting right here, going to make my way all the way around again, putting more on. So it's literally just stacking bricks. Okay. So that goes there. Oh, and then also right here, these brown. See, I put another layer of brown on here. This is going to be the staircase inside, going up to the second level. So you'll see as we slowly stack more and more on, that it's going to form the staircase. And it's pulled off pretty well. There's a lot of things that are done very well in this house. Okay. Here is our porch that I was talking about earlier. These brown tiles with the random plate will give it the look of a wooden porch, and then we've got a few gray tiles that will add on to the porch look. So there's our porch, and then some busted up steps right there. So all that's coming together really well. Now we're going to build our fireplace, and this is a pretty cool detail because it's actually built on the hinge part of the house. Oh, and if you saw me build the ghost train, I don't know if you remember, but one of the panels I had that went on the main engine piece was missing one of the windows. It was a solid one. And then when I was sorting the pieces for this, it's supposed to be two solid ones. I had one that was a window. So that's where my missing window piece went for the ghost train. So I switched them out before I started building this. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you have to check out the ghost train live build I did. You'll see what I'm talking about in there. Alright. Cool little fireplace mantle. These jumper plates. And of course, what's a fireplace without a ship in a bottle on the top? So there's our cool fireplace. And it goes right here, just like that. So you can see when the house opens, then this hinges in with it. So you can access the inside to play. And when it closes, you can close it up in there. Pretty cool little detail if you ask me. Okay, moving on. We're just moving on, stacking bricks. All of these brick pieces, the little bricks that have the little brick mold on there, just add so much detail. It's probably one of the best pieces ever developed for adding detail. All right, second layer is almost done. There we go. That's our second layer. Now on to the third layer. Just gonna keep on moving up. Gonna start pulling in some of the sand green. This has so much sand green in it. It's crazy. First we'll do the back porch. Just like that. Another step for our staircase. And layering of the sand green. Now these reverse slopes are used for the windows. It's part of the window detail. So many of them. So the window details are going to get very repetitive, especially when it comes around to building the windows. I'll probably try to do as many of them as I can at one time. Did I get everything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Looking good so far. Kind of interesting, they have you in the instructions, they want you to build this with it wide open like that. I like to build it with it closed, kind of make out the shape of the house. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, there. All right, we made it around. start adding more layers. First, we have a back door. It's just a black door inside of a sand-colored frame. We have 4 bricks right there. Okay. So there's our porch, our back porch door. Corner of these houses, or this house, has these cool little post bricks. So here we go with our first window. These are what's going to get repetitive. Let me scoot this to the side. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can kind of see how these windows are going to get built, because they are all pretty much identical. So we start with a 2x4 plate. We add a 1x4 black plate. 2 of these modified plates with the little bars on the ends right there. We have a couple bricks, a window, and the variation with these is the windows. Some of them have glass, some of them don't, and some of them have stickers on the glass. Some of them don't. And some of the windows have broken shutters on them. So this is a window that does have a sticker on it. There. And we top it off with a black 2x4. This one doesn't have shutters. It actually has a tile that has the little wood pattern printed on it. Then we have this sloped brick on top. 2 black studs. And on top of the studs are 2 black tiles. So there's a window. That's one of them. You may be saying, well, that doesn't look much like a window, but when we pull the house over here and drop it in there, see now, kind of looks like a bay window. So those are, so anywhere you see these gray reverse slopes, that's where we're going to have windows. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 more on the first floor. Second and third floor has their own windows too. They're similar, but they are kind of different in their own way. So I'm not going to zoom in for every window I build, just because it will get redundant. All right. So now you'll see More little kicker plate out there. That brick will hold the window on. There. So we've got the first floor kitchen wall pretty much built. Just gonna continue on stacking bricks. So we're on to the next little layer. Let me pull all the pieces together for it. Another step. Brick. Brick. Very good. Now we have another step. And another step. So we're really just kind of focusing on this whole section over here right now. This step goes there. Why not? Let's add another step. Another one. And now the window that goes here. I'm gonna speed through this window as fast as I can. This one also has a curtain print on it. Topping it off with the tiles now. And our piece of wood. So there's the second window. It drops right down in here. We have the front door. Same as the side door, it's a black door in the sand colored frame. There. And the last step goes on. another window. Might be a speed demon at these windows before long. This one has glass on the bottom with a spider web print and a hollow frame at the top. Look how fast I'm building this one. Just flying. Okay. And this one just has a dark brown tile right there. Okay. I have some cool posts right here on the front, one on the side. Okay. Starting to look like a house, no? Time for another window, believe it or not. All right, we need a hollow one. Need a window that has a web in it. Need a web window. There's a lot of windows here, but only one has a web. There it is. Let me make sure that's the right web. Nope, this is it. So there's the web. And then we have a hollow window right there. So you can see they're all similar, but slightly different in their own little way. This is another one that just has a dark brown tile on it. And this one goes on the side here. Alright, so now we're going to continue on with the little fireplace. It goes something like this. Stacking bricks now. I feel it's going to be time for another window soon. I could feel it. But first, more of the fireplace. The fireplace is coming together pretty well. Building a big wall. Zoom out a little bit so you can kind of see what's happening here. Starting to look like a building, as long as I don't break it. All right. All right, more of the fireplace. Guess it's more of the chimney. That's going to hold the window in place. Nice and snug there. This back wall, it's like one panel all by itself. You can see if I pull it, the whole thing comes off as one piece. So that's going to need some structural reinforcing. All right, it's window time. This one's pretty much just like the others. Of course, with its slight variations. This one's different because it actually has two window frames with no glass in it at all. So they're both hollow. And there's no type of wood or shutter or anything on it. It's just a plain old broken window. Alright, and of course this one's gonna go on the back here. Hold that on. Now we're going to open this up and we're going to add our details that we built in the first video. So we have our web right there. We have our kitchen right next to the web. Okay, there's our kitchen, our table that's brewing up some snake stew right there. So there is our kitchen of the haunted house. And like I said, check out the first video if you've missed those. All right, so now we're going to build some roof structural pieces, or second floor structural pieces. There's going to be two identical pieces that look like this. And they span from one side to the other, just like that. Then we put the second floor on now. So now we're really starting to make some progress. And this will hold on that wall, this back wall that was really loose. This is pretty much all it needs to hold that on. It's not going anywhere now. Make sure all those plates are lined up really well. Push down good on there. We have some supports for our side patio with a little archway over it. And dead bush in the corner, which will probably fall off 100 times during this build. But we'll just deal with it as we go. Alright, a corner. Corner tile. 6 long. 6. Corner. 6. detailing out the little covered patio that's on the side. And we have two of these, two more corners. One of these, two more of these. So this whole layer pretty much has to be some sort of plate height to kind of keep that modular shape all the way around it. So even in the fireplace, this little fireplace right here, we had to put a corner plate with two little round studs there to give it that same consistent height all the way across. Now we have some of the front patio details. So we got some railings go on the sides and the front with the posts. Just like that. Front archway over the door. And this is a cool little detail. Or little zombie heads. So these little zombie heads go on top of each one of these posts. 4 of them in total. Now we have a little corner detail. Similar detail, but it's not on the corner. It's right there in the middle. Okay. All right, so on the front we have another little dead plant that I'll probably knock off 100 times before the end of this build. We have a second floor railing that will go right here. And we have our little roof piece. Oops, I forgot a piece. Might help if these were on there. there's our covered patio roof. And it will also act as a little balcony for the second floor. All right. Make sure all that looks good, and it doesn't. There we go, that's better. All right, we're almost done with this part. What we're gonna do is start adding a little bit of the detail on this little balcony piece. And then we'll be done with part 2. Appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to check out my Instagram. We take pictures of all these sets before they get uploaded to YouTube. So it'll be a great way to get a sneak peek of what's coming up. If that's the kind of thing you're into. Someone that wants to be in the know. That's what you'll be. You'll be in the know. If you follow me on the Instagram. And there's other pictures on there that are just for fun. It's all Lego related stuff. But I have a picture of my exosuit holding Jabba the Hutt up in the air. It's a pretty funny little picture. Got some railings going on here. Studs. Oh, I'm doing it. I'm breaking it before it's built. And one last detail. So what's going on here is these little clips are acting as railings that are all broken. It's a cool little detail. And they don't have to be on straight. It's supposed to look all disheveled and broken. So just put them on there. Doesn't matter which way they're facing. They can all be facing up, down, sideways, whatever. That's it. That's it for instruction book 1. And that's it for part 2 of this build. So you can see we have our first level done. Open it up. We've got some details on the inside. On the outside we have our side porch, the first level windows, cool little chimney going on here. We've got the second floor balcony built. There's the first time it fell off. And the front porch. See, the front porch is nicely built out. And then, like I said, the cool interior details. Thanks for watching. Make sure to give a thumbs up if you like what you saw. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the other builds that they have going on for this set. And we'll catch you next time. Later.